Hello everyone. It's been a while since I've done any fan videos, but I'm gonna have to take this little Lasko right here apart to put it in my window right here, so I can have a little bit better circulation in my storage building here when I'm out here messing with stuff, working on stuff. So this one's not going to be too in depth. It's really just tear down and clean. But let's get everything set up and go to town on it. All right, this is what I'm just going to call a Lasko box fan. I don't know the model number on this thing, because if it was on here on the back right here, it is no longer there. So if anybody watching this video knows what the model number is, leave a comment in the description and I will try to confirm that. The only other numbers I can see on this thing are actually printed on the bottom, or stamped with ink, is 118 right here. So that is the only thing I can see as far as numbers on here. But this is a very simple design as far as taking it apart. It is a very simple design fan. It can be anywhere you want it, which is very nice, which is going to be perfect in my window that's behind me. And it just uses just a standard cord. It's not cloth covered or anything. And this one's actually in very good condition. I will be cleaning it up really good whenever I get this thing up. When I get this thing apart, all I'm going to be doing is cleaning the cord really good and cleaning everything really good. I'm not going to be doing too much with the wiring, other than making sure it's okay with the stuff that's inside there. But let's get this thing apart and get this thing clean and lubricated. I was looking at it, and the front cage is actually held in with friction into this cage, into this body. So I will not be taking out this front cage, for fear that once I try to put it back in, it'll be loose. So I will not be getting this front cage off. And to get the sides off, I don't really have to, not right now, but they just unscrew. I'm gonna leave that screwed in for now. And let's get this off. Should be that one. And it's 5/16. If anybody has this fan, it is a 5/16 or a flathead. I like having a tin for all of my hardware. You can see with 4 screws, the entire motor assembly is now out. Now I can clean this cage and get it really, really good. Huh. Oh wow, this bearing is really bad. Look at this. Let me get it still, maybe. Some of this is the motor moving, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can still get this taken apart and at least cleaned and lubricated, and see if it'll stop making noise, because it does actually work. The motor does actually work pretty good. What I'm doing here is trying to get the plastic clip that holds the power cord in, trying to get that fed back through so I can, well, yeah. I haven't actually loosened these back 3 acorn nuts. They were actually already that loose. looks like the wire inside the fan. Okay, yeah. I thought it may have been cloth covered, but it's not. Now let's see. Wow, yeah, these things were really loose. I'll put these in separate. There's a close-up of this back plate. And there's that. Now to get this, it's actually loose on there. It's probably okay. I don't see any other, unless it's just shrunk over time. Okay. Now let's see if we can get this off. Okay, that's actually made onto there, so these screws are not coming off of here. Let's see if we can get this blade off. Oh, that's cool. Okay. And there is that. Got a bunch of string and hair on there. Okay, that front bearing or bushing doesn't have as much play as I thought it had in it. That's just the rotation in the bearing that's actually supposed to be there. Looks like, yeah. It does have on the back side. Actually, you look on this piece. Okay, back side does not have any fiber washers. The front side, however, does have a considerable stack of them. There we go. That is a decent sized stack of fiber washers. Fiber and steel washers or shims. So those go on the front on this one. If you have a fan similar to this, it might be different. It might have some on the back. Okay. You can actually see, because this motor was loose, you can actually see it was actually rubbing and scraping on the inside of the stator right here. I believe this is called the stator. On the inside of the stator right here. So that's definitely not good. Once I get this back together, everything will be tight. There is some wear on the shaft, so that's not good. That's probably some of the play I was seeing. So there is some wear in the shaft. I will try to see if I can get a replacement, but probably not. This fan was used for many, many years. Hopefully I can stretch it out a little bit further. But now, let me get everything clean so I can put it back together and oil and everything. I didn't think I was going to have to do any soldering to get this motor off, but they only had one wire nut, which is right here. They only had one wire nut on the power cord, and the other one is soldered on to the actual switch, along with the other end of the power cord is also soldered onto the switch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unsolder these from the switch so I can clean this back cage really, really good without having to worry about the motor getting wet. And two. And they're very easily distinguishable. Is the long wire had the wire nut and the short one was soldered. Set that aside. I have some electrical cleaner degreaser that I can use to actually spray that off with and clean it. And this is now off. I can clean up the power cord, inspect it really good. I haven't seen any cracks, and then clean this really good. And then spray some alcohol in here to dry out any water, and use my electrical cleaner degreaser again. That way the switch can be dried out and cleaned. Now let's get all this stuff cleaned, and I will be right back. Oh yeah, I'm going to try to repair the damaged area on this armature right here with some JB Weld. I don't know if this is going to work, but I'm going to try and use. And once I get it on here, let it dry. Then use some sandpaper and some steel wool to really smooth it out really good. And then let it dry for several hours. So hopefully that will repair that damaged area good enough to be able to use it without it having too much noise. So we will see about that. I will go ahead and get this on, get all this stuff cleaned, and I will be back when this is ready to go back in. Alright, I am back, and I got stuff cleaned up and looking good. And this armature, I was not able to get that JB Weld to stay on the shaft because how thin it is right there where it would have to be to take up the space on the shaft is just not going to work. But I am still going to go back together with this. I have taken pictures of the armature, and after I cleaned the inside of the cage here, I did actually find a model number. I'm going to splice in a picture of it right here. And that model number is, let's see, get to it on my phone. It is a model 52105F. So that's the model number of the fan. Pretty cool. Now let's go back together with it. I've already got this. I've already got the stuff resoldered on here. The motor's cleaned up. I did do something on the motor. I got some. I've had some of this Gorilla Glue 5-minute epoxy laying around, and with this piece right here being loose, I stuffed this side with some toilet paper just on this outside edge, and poured in the epoxy. I put it in a Ziploc bag, mixed it up, cut a hole in the end, and then was able to slowly pour in the epoxy to stop this from rattling. So this is now actually solid and will not move or rattle or anything. So I'm looking forward to getting this together and getting it oiled up, and see if I can actually use this thing with that without too much noise with this worn out shaft on this armature. I'm really hoping I can find another one of these. But let's go back together. Oh yeah, I believe these are the oil holes. I'm going to be putting those up. It has it on the back and on the front. Anyway, before I put this back piece on, let me put some oil inside here. This is some Zoom Spout oil that I highly recommend that you get to lubricate your fans. Got a little bit too much on there, but it's fine. Since it hasn't had oil in a very long time, putting a little bit excess on here is fine. You can always wipe it off. Let's see. Yeah, the shaft definitely has movement. but it can turn pretty easily. So hopefully when I run it, it won't be bouncing around too bad. I do have these tight now. These were actually loose. And something else I did was put these zip ties on the wires, so they're a little bit more tucked in. The nice thing about that fan with that I'm just thinking about it, this back piece may actually be upside down. I think this is how it was when I took it out. This may actually be upside down. So the switch is on top and this is on the bottom. When I do get another armature for it, when I do get that in, I will be turning it around the other way. But in the meantime, this will be perfectly fine. And there it is. And make sure I got all of them. It's that one, that one, that one, that one. Okay, and there it is. All cleaned up and hopefully ready to go. Let's plug it up and see what happens. Okay, this is off. All that noise is the loose armature. Wow. That moves a lot of air. I'm actually surprised at that. Oh, there it is. There is the disassembly and cleaning of a Lasko box fan. Wanted to show you where I'm going to have this fan in here in my storage building while I'm in here working anyway. The hanging upper here, I'm actually going to put in a couple more nails, a couple more screws in this board right here, kind of angled down to it so it can kind of cradle in there and it can't just fall down. But let me plug it up and feel that nice cool air coming in. There we go. Once I'm able to get the armature replaced in this little fan, it'll be a lot quieter and will be a joy to use, because these motors are very simple to work on. If you have a fan like this and you're kind of wanting to get it going, it's not that hard to work on these and not very hard to rewire if your original cord is messed up. But there it is. If you liked the video, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.